Hi guys, welcome back. So let's talk about selection for Australia versus New Zealand. If New Zealand win, they win the Rugby Championship. The Wallabies, they're searching for their best team. Eddie Jones has said this, and yeah, absolutely right. They've made some changes, as I think they should, because they're looking for that best team going into the World Cup. Can they cause an upset? They're certainly underdogs. So let's look at Australia first, and what I really like about this team is the backline. It's looking pretty tasty. You know, we haven't seen that attacking edge from Australia particularly yet, and I think this backline's got a good chance, although I'm not sure about the forwards, but we'll come to them. They've completely changed the halfbacks. Tate McDermott and Carter Gordon, they're in. The young halfbacks are in. Gordon has shown all that excitement, all that flair, but can we see him starting at 10, controlling a game as well? Tate McDermott's been around for a while actually, as an understudy to White, and he gets a chance, so they've changed the halves completely. I wondered if White would stay because he's been okay, but no, they've changed them both. I think that's fair enough, he might as well. The centres, who was going to go with Karevi was the question. Karevi still needs to get in game time in his legs, I think. It's Jordan Petaia who's come back from injury, and he is perennially injured for a bit, then back again. So his biggest problem, if you like, is staying fit. He's got the talent, we know that. Whether it's at centre or on the wing, they've gone centre this time. I mean, talk about talent in the halfbacks and the centres. They've absolutely got the talent in this whole back line. Talent is not an issue. I think it is a bit of an issue in the forwards. But anyway, the wings, Corumbeti and Narakwan Tawese, I think is absolutely nailed on as their best wing option. So I think that is a position that Eddie Jones knows. And right from the beginning of selection, before the Rugby Championship, I said, I think Australia are waiting for Kellaway to get back fit, and that's what I would do. And as soon as he's fit, he is back in. Tom Wright certainly made a few wrongs, and that's probably why he's out as well, but this could be their best backline, so I like the way they've done it on the bench. You've got the experience of White and Cooper as well, and Parese actually makes the bench as well to cover the centres. But let's look at the forwards, and this is where I'm not sure. They've made some changes, which again I think they had to. Bell is in for Slipper, so the other co-captain is out. And this is the advantage of being a new coach, I guess, when you don't have that experience, those good performances for you under their belt. You can just kind of change them and not really have too many consequences. So I think that's absolutely fine. It's not like you're dropping a long-standing captain. So Bell is in. He was impressive off the bench. Parecki stays. I wondered if he'd change, but he stays. Alan Alatoa stays at tight head. He's their best tight head. With the impact of Tupou off the bench, it is a good combo, I think, potentially. And I think he's the captain, actually, although not listed on this list I'm looking at. Who goes with Will Skelton? They're going for Nick Frost this time. They're rotating all their second rows, seeing who's the best. Maybe Frost is the one. We will see. The back row I am not too sure about, although I'm not overly sure what else they could do. They could start Leota, they could start McWright, I guess. But I don't know, Tom Hooper's getting another go, no relation obviously to Michael Hooper, who's still not fit from his neck injury. He had a tough start definitely in his first game, missed some tackles, got a little injury as well. So he's got a point to prove, but they're going for a big back line for sure, so a big back row for sure. Holloway and Hooper, two big flankers, Valentini, big number 8, so the size is there. I'm just not sure the quality is there in this pack. And then the bench, as you see there, Slippers on the bench, Tupou. Arnold drops to the bench, Leota as well. So is it good enough to beat New Zealand? I don't know. If they can feed this back line some decent ball, I'm really excited to see what they can do, because it is packed with talent. So that is good news for Australia. Then let's have a look at New Zealand, the visitors coming to try and win, take the Rugby Championship, and they have stuck completely with what they think may be their best team. Not too many experiments here at all. De Groot, Taylor, Lomax, that is their best front row, I'm pretty sure, with Taukei'aho coming off the bench to Ingafasi, Laulala, so lots of experience coming off the bench there as well, but that is their best props, their best hooker, I think, for sure. And at the moment, their best second row as well. Retallick and Scott Barrett have been on fire. Retallick's been a right menace. Barrett's been carrying everywhere, been all action. And Frizzell, who was so good in the last game, retains his shirt. So if he has another great game at 6, he could absolutely nail down that position. Kane is out injured, so it's Papali'i who's the next cab off the rank. A few people may be doubting him in the comments, so be interesting to see how he goes. On the bench, we do see Luke Jacobson covering the back row, and he's someone who's had a really good season for the Chiefs. Let's see if he can step it up actually for the All Blacks. Then we've got Sam Whitelock, who's returning from injury. So that is the forwards replacements. And in the backs, they're just sticking with what they know here. Smith Mwanga had good games last time out. Barrett and Rieko Ioane, Geordie Barrett that is, are their best centres, and they're sticking with them. Beauden Barrett's going to be their starting 15. Will Jordan's going to be on one wing. And then there's really only one question mark in the backs, and that is who plays on the other wing. Talea gets another go, and that's fair enough. He was technically pretty sound, although I think he was pretty quiet, so he's going to want to show more in attack. A bit weird on the bench with Caleb Clark. I still don't understand why they're doing that. But anyway, they've got 3 backs, so I guess they can. With Beauden Barrett covering 10, they can have a centre, Anton Leonard-Brown. And we do see a potential debut for Cam Roygaard. So excited to see him come off the bench. I think he's a proper impact 9. So New Zealand going with pretty much their best 23. There's a couple of experiments in there, certainly their best 15 as they see it at the moment. Australia searching for their best team, very excited to see the back line, not sure the forwards can give them the ball. Let me know what you think of those selections, all those comments below, and I'll catch you next time.